back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. I'm Lindsay, and today I'm making this video about something that's kind of just a personal problem, just something that I've noticed on the booktube community, and as I've shifted my content to be more book related. This started with the SGA, SAG-AFTRA strike. Because I wanted to stand in solidarity with them, so I changed my content, and I've been really liking making this book content, but I wanted to also discuss something that has to do with my content specifically and how it may differ from other booktubers because of this specific topic that, if you saw the title, it's about how I don't read as much as other booktubers right now. At the very least, I really don't have time to, but I wanted to just talk about that in general. And also, this is the first time I'm making a video without a ring light. It's something I wanted to try to see how the lighting looks without it, if it's better, if it's worse, so we'll see. So first and foremost, this is not an attack on other creators, it's just an observance I've made being on YouTube and seeing other book content. It's made me think about my channel, and it's also made me think that other people could possibly be feeling this way, seeing these videos and such. So to explain, the majority of people creating book content that I see are consuming far more books than I do in a year, in a month, in a week, seemingly in a day. I'd love to be able to read 100 plus books a year, 10 books a month. I mean, I've seen people read 10 books a week on YouTube, and I simply do not have that kind of time. At this point in my life, I work full time. I have a lot of responsibilities outside of that. So I read every day. I make sure to do that because I enjoy it, and I think it's important to do things you enjoy every day. And reading before bed is a great way to wind down. That's typically when I've been reading these days. I used to read a lot during the day, but my new schedule, I can't do that as much. On the weekends I still do. But still, I'm definitely not consuming multiple books a week. If anything, I've read like one book a week. Maybe at most like 5 a month with the schedule I currently have. I'd love to be able to read more again, but I just can't, and trust me, I would if I could. Another thing, it also depends on how long books are with this kind of stuff. I mean, when I read Les Mis, I think that was either one of 2 books I read that month, or it was the only book I read that month. Because it's 1,400 pages of old literature, so it's not exactly a book you zoom through, but it wasn't hard. If you're scared of Les Mis, don't be. It's not that difficult of a read, I don't think. It's just not something you're gonna get through in a week. And in all honesty, when I see these videos, I get a little hard on myself because I feel like I am not reading enough to be a book creator, and that I don't understand how these people have the time, but I'll get more into that. They might not be working full time. There could be a lot of different circumstances as to how they are reading this much. But to rush over that right now, I really should try not to be as hard on myself. And I do remind myself that at least I'm reading every day. And I have a ton of book content planned, some pretty creative book content. It's not gonna be the 5 books I read this week or anything like that. At least for right now, that's not possible for me. And truly, I should just be happy that I'm reading, because I'm doing what makes me happy still every single day, and I think it's an admirable hobby to have. So the fact that I read every night and love books should be good enough. I mean, really, it's all about doing what you love and sharing what you love, and that's what I'm trying to do. And besides making this video to explain my content, I'm also making it for the people who may have seen these other videos and feel as if they're not a true bookworm, they couldn't be part of this community. You are, and you can. If you love reading, you love books, you are a bookworm or a book dragon, whatever you want to call yourself. I like book dragon. I know people use it to mean hoarder of books, but I mean, and I do, but I just like dragons, so that's what I like. But I digress. This is also just to remind people that there are a ton of reasons why people might not be reading upwards of 100 books a year. There could be like my reasons of a full-time job and all that stuff. There can be learning disabilities. You could be reading books that are 1,000+ pages every time you read. So realistically, not everyone's going to be able to read that many books a year. I think we all just need the reminder that for these booktubers that it is their full-time job to be reading this many books, and that could be contributing to how they're reading this many books. I mean, that's the dream, and they're able to live it. So that's how they do it. It could also be they're reading novellas, they're reading just shorter books in general, they're speed reading and maybe not really enjoying the content. And I mean, that's just, don't quote me on that, that's just a theory. I'm just saying we don't really know the whole truth. My biggest theory is it's just because it's their full-time job, they are constantly reading, and that is not something everyone is able to do. Down the line, I hope I'm able to read more books and do to help with me make more book content. And I mean, that is what I am doing. As of right now, I'm making a lot of book content. It's just not going to be, these are the 5 books I read this week. So yeah, this wasn't the silliest video. This was more just an explanation. It's probably a shorter video, but if you like books, I specifically love fantasy and romance books and fantasy romance books, but I am going to make a lot of other content for other genres because I read other genres as well. But subscribe for that, and maybe down the line I will be able to do, look at these 20 books I read this month. I don't think I'd ever be able to get up to 20 books a month. Maybe like 10. If I were a full-time booktuber, yeah, I could probably do that. Of course, if they're not Les Mis. Les Mis. So that's really all I have today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I make a longer video every Sunday, and I post shorts throughout the week, and as of right now they're all book related, and if I'm being honest, I think I want to keep doing that, but I'm going to make a whole separate video explaining that probably when the SAG-AFTRA strike ends. But yeah, so